I got that drop-top feeling, I'm tryna make a living. On the block, drug dealing, I'm tryna make a killing. I hustle, I hustle, I hustle, I hustle, I got that drop-top feeling, I'm tryna make a living. On the block, drug dealing, I'm tryna make a killing. I hustle.
All right, y'all. Welcome to SUV Podcast. We have our guests in here, but what we always do is give a shout out to our sponsors, Be Great Clothing and Whoever Wants Smoke. We also have our very special, lovely host that is in the building with us. But first, my name is Miss Lovely.
Mm-hmm. And it's your girl, Lindo.
Every time I hear that, excel.
I know, right?
All right, and let's welcome our guest here today. I mean, he got so many names, we don't know which one to call, but we'll start off with Be Great King is in the building.
All right.
So right now we'll go into indoors interview.
Yes. This is like really long overdue.
Yes.
I want you to feel as comfortable as possible because you are like the mastermind behind this all, and people needed to. I know they may look at this and be like, "Oh my God," you know how people are.
Right.
They'd be like, "You gonna interview yourself?" No, you need to understand the history, and you need to know what it took for him to get where he is today. Because people will see this and they'll be like, "Oh, that look like it's easy." No, it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy. And today he's going to go ahead. Because he's always gave the platform for everybody else. And we thank you so much for that, allowing so many artists and, likewise myself, to come on here and to be able to talk about our talents and stuff. But now we're going to make this about you.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Because I need to know some stuff. Show me some stuff what you know. Now we're going to learn the ins and outs today, ladies and gentlemen. So
let's go.
Go ahead and tell the good people, like, what started Be Great? Like, what inspired you?
I was inspired by different things from music, other people doing things, far as in the city. A lot of it, like I said, comes from Dame Dash, Master P. This was people that was saying have ownership, have something. Dame always say if you're going to do something, have some merch. That's where you make the money at. Like, don't let these people own you. You own something. So anytime with me, I try to, even with my life, everybody, like, Gully always be trying to motivate somebody. Gully always be trying to, talk you, man. No, he gonna be, in that space. Gully gonna kick it with you. And since young, niggas always said it like, I been here before, son. So
old soul, they
know what I mean? That's really what they used to say.
He does have an old soul. He really do.
Anything I try to be involved with, even with music, whatever it is like pass a message. Even with, we'll get into that. But anything that right now that you will see me dealing with passing a message. So I felt like Be Great was something that was gave to me, through God. Like I said, just that message, the name, push something positive, son. Show that you is changing your life. So it went from my life, or really what I was going through at that time, was to try to be the best I could be without being in the street. You know what I'm saying? So that's where Be Great came from.
Be
great. Try to be the best I could be at this life, this new life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
new beginning.
That's really where Be Great came from.
Okay, all right. And when you say new beginnings, do you feel like in your life at that time you were in a moment? Because it's always a moment that it would occur for someone to, what would they say, tap into their third eye or what have you, and be like, okay, it's an awakening, as they put it. What was that moment in your life that caused you to have that awakening?
Yeah, that's a good question. It wasn't just one thing. It was multiple things. I don't want to go too deep into it, but I had got shot, you know what I mean, and had a car accident within like a week or two afterwards, and then went to jail. Something like county year. So those are 3 things that occurred in my life that hit me boom, boom, boom.
Now, see, those are the things that, your fans and your people that look up to you, they need to know that, because a lot of people, they just think that it's, they never know the background of the necessary steps that it took. But everybody had their catapult moment where it's like, okay, I didn't hit rock bottom. This is it.
Right.
I didn't hit rock bottom. Some people hit rock bottom. Some people been given an advantage where, the torch was passed on from a family member or something, but you actually hit rock bottom, and that was your awakening moment where you wanted to be more of an inspiration.
Definitely, and it, opened my eyes. Even that sit down, that was the first time that usually I'm in jail for, a little sexy, a little YO, you young, you know what I mean? Or then you go, I'm always getting bailed out, always getting bailed out, always getting bailed out. You know what I mean? So never really sat down. So for that kind of year, it was like to clear my head, get closer with God. You know what I mean? See what's really there.
Right,
for
you
me.
had time to
seeing time to think, sober, clear-headed all the time now, watching the move, seeing, changing as a person. And I understood. And there's people that's going to see this and be like, that man said it. I don't even know him, but he was in there saying that. That man come home, he coming on a different time. You know what I mean? So I did come home, took my little stumbles thinking, you know how that be, that jail mentality. You jump back out thinking, forgetting, nigga, what did you just say? You know what I mean? God,
Well, everybody don't know
say?
the jail mentality per se, but if you can elaborate just a little,
when a lot of people that get incarcerated, they tell me, I'm going to do the right thing when I come home, man.
Okay,
I'm doing this. I'm going to church.
Gotcha.
I'm doing this. I'm getting a job. I'm telling you, bro, I ain't out here in these streets no more, man. I'm going to settle down.
Right.
Get home in a couple, say about good couple months. Sometimes it take somebody a month or two, and they still jump right back into who they was before they went to jail. Sometimes it take longer. It took me a couple months and a couple slaps on the wrist for me to understand, guys, I got a different plan for you, what I say. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And went, and everybody else was, no disrespect, boys was on. Everybody was doing their thing, eating and all that. And I said, I'm going to go get a 9 to 5 though. You know what I mean?
Where did you start working?
Had me at general labor, had me at I believe it was RMF warehouse, printing lotto tickets and things like that, moving stuff around, doing that. And I was doing that for a while. Different jobs, doing different temp services, different things. I'm out here, man. I'll never forget I had a tourist, man. I was grinding. I said, man, I'm out here.
That's
and, people's looking at me, what's going on? And, you get they said, bro, you, like, what's up? Like, why you the one? Like, man, listen, I'm trying to get to it, man. I ain't worried about none of that tunnel vision, locked in. And through all that process of doing that, thugging it out, I see then who was right there in my corner.
Side, right,
you know what I'm saying? Different times, different eras, always the same people. You know what I mean? So salute to them, family, all that. Of course, you know what I mean? But it was a grind for me. And coming home, that was something different that I really had to do for myself. And not only that, for this vision that God had for me, I didn't even know what it was. But then coming into it, and that's where Be Great came upon. But there's other things before that. But I don't want to keep talking. Y'all let me go.
I get tears in the eyes.
If I'm talking too much, though.
I'm his mom, and it's the first time I'm hearing the story.
Right. And to be honest with you, like the catapult moments that he was talking about, it's like now I'm like, wait, I've been knowing you for a while, man. This is what happened. Now I'm kind of like, I can't elaborate too much. I'll probably do more off camera, but I'm really interested now because nobody never knows what it takes to get there, and it's sad. This city is so quick to generalize you and point the finger because they feel like you're doing better than them, and it's like, wait a minute. Don't sit up here and knock me in my high glory. You don't know how many bad days I had before I got to this high glory. You know what I mean? That you perceive it to be. Because you could still be struggling. And you just thinking, I just got it good.
And I'm smiling.
Right. But behind every smile, somebody have a story to tell. So, you got to keep that in mind. So with all of that being said, like, would you consider... because you do a multiple of things. Tell the people like of what you do.
Be Great Clothing. I'm also behind SUV Pods. Something that Miss Lovely and the team put together. Whoever wants smoke, that's a new battle league that we have here in Buffalo.
Whoever want it.
All right.
Also a part of the Block Boys. Shout out my boy King Liv. Rest in peace. Shout out to the Real Right to Take Money Entertainment. I mean, I'm a part of different things. Shout out to the Real Right to the Pure team. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's talk about how you got this. Now, because I'm confused too here. You was an artist before the Be Great.
Yeah, artist.
Let's talk about
first.
that.
Right.
I would say artists really, taking it as a hobby. Really, starting,
so
you know how that be young. You know what I mean? Boys don't really, it's not really, this how it started off. This the mentality. You're not really making no money from it. Boys did this on the block. rapping, Gully, your hat tilted the wrong way. Like, this is how boys do, this is how we do. And yesterday you was acting real crazy, acting lazy. Like, that's really how you feel.
And then you
So,
in little ciphers.
man, this is how our boys used to give it up,
you.
and that was nothing to us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can get that any moment. So it went from that, and I never told this story. Free batters, man. You know, we did this thing far as we would rap like that. One day we got a recorder and rode around and recorded ourselves rapping and played it back one day. I'll never forget it. And we was going crazy. Really rapping, just rapping. And then we said from that day, yo, we really about to take this serious, man. And
That's
I watched
good.
that, man,
That's
from
good.
going to Radio Shack to going to, what's the joint right there? The music joint. Guitar Center.
Okay.
Buying Tritons, all that, salute them. You know what I mean? Buying the studio equipment. You know what I mean? Really took it forward from that day and was like, yo, we done playing with this. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all just kept like recording
Kept going,
yourselves and everything?
recording. He took it more serious than me in music. And because of that, he know I stood behind him 100%. Whatever it was, from not even just his career, to step to the side, yo, go. Because at this point, it's like, if you're not going to be the front man or y'all can't do it together, somebody got to do this. So you going to be a part of it, even though you ain't that nigga, for the front man right now, then what you going to do? And that's why I say I salute to him, really showed me, and that was motivation from that, you know, seeing him and seeing how you take it serious. And it went from there to studios, us going to Ohio, doing shows, to,
Okay, so you was traveling.
We was moving. We was moving as a team and as a unit. Like
was
I
you
said,
saying like a tour, or y'all was just going as
it was
like
just,
planning and being like, we're gonna go to this show here?
It was for Ozone magazine. Back then. That's what it was.
Okay.
And you probably could pull the footage up. We was young.
Ozone
Rappers on YouTube.
magazine?
Yeah.
And what year was this?
I don't even remember. It was a while ago. Like I said, this is when boys was in that era. You know what I mean?
Would you say like the early 90s, mid 90s maybe? So then we could probably get an idea like when you started.
Probably like
2000s.
Yeah, it was definitely
early 2000s.
I would say, early 2000s.
Well, I mean, when you think about it though, and you be counting back, you be like, wait a minute, this is 2021. You talking about 21 years? So no, you got some leverage. You got some, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely
years behind the
experience.
belt.
Definitely experience when it comes to music. Everybody will always say, you know, at the crew, I definitely had the ear for music. I could tell you, like, they asked me, like, yo, Gully, who beat is that? And I hear it for coming in, like, oh, that's such and such beat from da. That is, I'm telling you, Gully beat. Like, I always had an ear for music and an eye for it. So that's why now when you see me getting a little busy with the camera, I feel like that was something I supposed to been doing when I was younger, because I always had the eye, even rather it's for the shot, the angle, or an actual clip that I might do. You know what I mean? I always had the eye for that. But like through music, that's really what it was. Did that, being featured. I got more features than anything, than actual projects or anything like that. Everybody got their story, a lot of stuff, trials, tribulation, losing hard drives, going through this, that, and the third. Putting money into stuff not coming out sounding right correctly for you because you're your worst critic, or you standing in front of yourself and not just wanting to put out the music, want to hold on to it. And that's kind of like my problem. You know, I'm going to keep it a stack even about myself. So that's really why people don't see as much musically, is why is it not coming out, and why I'm not musically where they feel I should be.
But at the same time though, we can never doubt the fact that you still made it your mission to stay relevant. Like, can't nobody say you're not in the eyesight of social media and everything. You still, you know, were able to keep your name and everything afloat. Like, what motivated you to do that?
That's crazy. I'm glad you said that, because I was going to tap on that, because what it really was, I always said back then, a lot of the, you know, crew could vouch for that. I always said, like, I'm more than a rapper. And there was no disrespect to people that rap. I just do more. I felt like my purpose does more than just with music. So when Be Great happened and that occurred and I was changing my life, I was like, I went from this to selling shirts, and I'm doing this, I'm staying positive, I'm not in the streets, I'm there, I feel good about this, and boom, I'm seeing the presence and everything God was giving me, everything that I could have accomplished from music. He was, because of the lifestyle I turned for him.
Okay.
So,
all right.
And to this day, the traveling and meeting people, resources, this, that. Please don't think this is just money doing this.
Oh, I know.
Like this is
I know.
God doing
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
That's
Putting
right.
them people around and meeting
I'm a
them.
firm believer of that.
So you know what I mean?
I can
So
relate. Right.
that's why even with that was times I was down that he made me have money just boom, like you gonna get it, you gonna grind this coming because of the lifestyle that I'm trying instead of me always thinking I gotta go backwards.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So far as to answer your question, I figured that out. Would be great to turn my same hustling mentality. Like the same way, like instead of us as people, you know, coming from the block, we look at, oh, this is a corner, this is a hood, this is this, we ready to ride and do all this for. I do that for my family now.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do that for my companies and my brands now. My mentality is not turned on a hood or this, that. It's on the legacy in the brand. So now I put it all on the line for that. Man.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right
And that's
now.
what I stand on.
That's
And when you do that, you go, and you know, and I want to say this in this interview, a lot of things this is about me, but there's so many messages in here that's not just for me. And I feel like God using me to say it. So this is why this interview is the first real official interview I ever did. So if I sound like I'm not really, that's why. Because I'm really opening up, letting it all out.
Right.
It's no high or nothing.
And this
I'm
is
just
the
not a
moment, though.
talker
This is your
either.
moment.
You know what I mean?
This is
Yeah,
your
no
moment.
doubt.
We needed to know this.
I used to be antisocial. I never used to,
Yeah,
you know,
you wouldn't
in
talk.
many different
Really?
ways.
No.
Like coming from that,
Well, you can
especially
see that. You can see
in the
that.
street, like coming like, I'm like, bro, what you talking about? Like, I'm the quiet one. You know what I'm saying? So
Information.
now you're hearing me, you know what I mean? So right now I'm stepping outside my comfort zone.
Right
You know
now.
what I'm stepping out right now doing it. So this is to show people sometimes you have to do it. So, you know, with different things with that, even with SUV, Strong United Voices, I feel like that was a way. I'm really not good with meeting, being like with too many people I don't know. So that was a way for me to step outside my box again, and then to actually talk with him and ask him questions.
And interact.
You know what I mean? That was so. I feel like that was his way of taking me through, so I could be who I need to be.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If that answers the
Yeah.
question.
I know that you know, Miss Lovely have numerous of questions to ask too. But now that I'm listening,
do your thing.
okay, all right. So I'm gonna ask you this because as Miss Lovely said before, you got the music, you have the clothing brand. I don't want to look at it. I mean, you could touch up on everything, but as a brand, as an entity, because you are a walking brand.
Right.
You are your brand. You are your vision.
That's true.
As an entity in the whole, you are the business itself.
Right.
Like, what was your mission to really get out to the people besides just being great? And is there anything else that you would want to put with, you know, your entity, your brand?
Yeah. To answer one part of the question, I feel like one of the missions was to show that we don't always gotta sell drugs or something like that. So when we come up from, we don't always gotta be a rapper or a basketball player or something. Like, it's other things we could do. And my mission was to show that because people know the stigma, especially Gully. I'll tell you, 5-10 years ago, nobody would have believed I'd be what doing what I'm doing right now. Trust me, it was like, if he's still living, oh, he not locked up, oh, he not still out here, oh, wild boy, it was never this.
Oh, okay. You was kind of
know,
like labeled a wild boy or really
Coming
out
up,
here in
high head,
coming up.
cool dude,
Okay.
but
What was your favorite cops that liked you?
man,
What was her name?
Lay them people.
Well, stick and smile because they would be so happy today. But he had two
Aw.
favorite ones,
Amberman
really
and
sucks.
Wendy.
Amberman and Wendy,
There
which
we
everybody
go.
know. But they
Shouts out to
love,
you, Amberman and
they
Wendy,
love
yes.
Gully, honey.
I
Catch him
know
on the
that's
block,
right.
honey. Oh yeah. Oh
So,
yeah.
You know,
But-
it was a lot of stigmas, you know, even, you know, coming up from, you know, the life we chose or whatever we was the environment we was around, we adapted to and did that. People didn't see too much for people. You know what I mean? Look like, oh, you gonna be this, that. So you know,
But you seen them after you had made changes.
not as a recently.
No, I'm talking about when you first started making
Oh,
the
yeah,
changes
yeah,
you
yeah.
had,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
that's not the same.
They understand.
They knew that's not the same.
They knew that he really
Because he
had
couldn't walk
control
down the
of
street
it.
without them riding. Oh, you getting searched, you getting stopped, you getting put in the car, you know.
Wow.
But as the change came in, I do remember that he was able to walk freely and without
Okay.
Gully got a problem.
Right.
Yeah,
okay,
so I mean,
alright.
you know, having that stigma on you, it just
Mm-hmm.
it's motivation. That's what I learned to use it now. You know, so basically what it was to try to show other, because there's a lot of people that look up to me, not just family, young
Right.
boys. Gully, they heard about me,
Right.
this, that, so they want
Right.
to show like they the new little Gully. Or,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm trying to
Right,
show.
right.
So me knowing that, I'm like, I never thought of it like that until, like I said, after coming home and clear-headedly watching them
Gotcha.
now. It's like, oh, now I got to show these boys we on this time now.
Right.
So I did, like I said, and I want to get into talking to that with my boy Liv, King Liv. He was doing his thing musically, put his heart and soul in music.
Okay.
And linking with him, it was like I seen a lot of me in it. You know what I mean? Like musically, how he was moving, dedicated, yo, bro, da da da. Like he was him. It was never like that. But I seen a lot of his ambition and a lot of how how he move, how he think. Like, no, this little bro right here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And when that happened, he motivated me to do music. So that's why I came out. So before Be Great, it was other businesses that was in place.
Okay. And what's
You know
that?
what I'm saying? Studio. When he watched me get that studio, every piece from Yamaha speakers, the condenser mic, to everything he said, bro, we need. He just said it. He never said, go do it. He just said it. And I went to go get it. So when he's seeing it, like, oh, okay, bro, you got the Bluebird joint, you got the, okay, he was amped. You know what I mean? So that him motivate, seeing how hard that boy went, made me say, oh, okay. So that was one of them. Another thing was a collection agency. At that time, I had partners with me.
That's what's up.
So that was, that was one thing that was going on. And also we had the Pure project going on at the same time.
Okay.
Shout out to the Pure team, a part of that. And I was doing those three things at once. So now when we doing that, we doing the music, I'm building with him. He motivated me. I'm doing songs with him. I'm seeing him putting his project out, putting his mixtapes out. Got the studio. Now we traveling. Went to Miami, Atlanta, Charlotte,
and when
couple
you went there,
times.
were you like performing?
Doing shows.
Your brand? Okay.
Shout out to the Block Boy season 1 and 2. You gotta stay tapped in. Y'all gotta go ahead and download that and stream those. Y'all gonna love it. Classic.
Yeah, it is.
Shout out to King Live again, man. You know what I mean? Block Boy for life. You heard. So
he's talking about Tav.
No, I know. When you say we call
so
him
better known as Tav. Y'all know him as Tav. You know what I mean? So he went by Young Tav first. You know what I mean? So with him, and that was musically. So that was before Be Great, and then the process of that, Be Great came upon.
Okay.
And after
kinda
that,
after the Pure
and that. So during the Pure, as it like that was being, like I said, being around those, the motivator, seeing the crew, that everybody doing their thing,
He's
like
wearing
doing this,
in Pure,
doing that. I'm in Pure with
great.
that. So it was like, okay, all right, we seeing what's going on here. We seeing how everybody moving. Everybody got so we got the Block Boys. Boom. Dang words clicked in my head. Have merch when you you want to do these shows. And you own something. So it's like, all right, now everything was falling into play.
Right.
That's what I said with the universe.
Down, or you just kind of
some
had
of
it in your head.
Some of it
was
was written
okay,
down.
I'm gonna execute this.
Names didn't know what Be Great was gonna be. I looked up Be Great Entertainment and other. I don't want to give away, but a couple other things. And I was like, this just fit more of what, because I'm looking for a merch brand. I'm looking for something that. And then once the name came, it's like, oh no, we're going to use this for bigger than clothes now. This a whole movement. This a whole brand. This is something that's, we're going to take this out. And shout out to 96.5 Waffle Station. You know what I mean? They was somebody that was heavily supporting back then too. Got commercials with them.
Sheila Brown.
Shout out.
Wow, that's what's up.
Different people. We also won the award, Best Clothing Line award for the city. We shout out to,
You gotta put all of this in your stuff.
That's what
I'm
I
gonna
know.
beat him up afterwards. I'm just gonna let you know this, because all of this, like you said, it's amazing.
He got a
That's
resume.
what I'm saying. He got a mean resume.
And shout out to my aunt Marnetta. Malcolm.
I was about to get into for the Funk Fest.
Always too quiet. Yeah, he is.
I
too
don't.
quiet.
And a lot of
about him.
But not to cut you off, but people say that. But it's like what I realize is we as a people, we say, yo, you too quiet and da da da. But the minute I start talking, it's like, yo, you cocky, bro. I don't like him. Not people, but the minute if I was talking like this and letting people know, and it's like he bragging too much.
Right.
He did it like then when I don't say you two, you need to start telling people that I'm just. That's always my character.
Right.
Is to move like you won't know. Like I'm that dude. You will be right in the room and like him.
Right.
Like that type time. Like him.
Right.
Feel me? So I always knew like that. So it's like now, but I do understand it's 2021. You got to be active on social media more. You got to talk. You got to put people down. Tell them, talk your stuff. Be confident. Cause I'm getting it now. Come on, that's why I'm doing this.
Right.
I got to step outside my shell. I got to talk.
Oh my God, do you feel that's like difficult? Like, cause it's like being I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like being someone that's a creator. That's what you are. You're a creator.
Right.
I'm a creator. You're a creator.
Right.
We've created these, these visions, and we created these projects. But can you honestly say, like, it's so hard to keep up on that? Do you feel like you could kind of get more into it, or would you prefer to hire someone that will work, certain entities in your your brand?
Talk about that too. I tried both, not too much higher. I tried to put certain people into position before. You know how that be. Sometimes it don't work. Sometimes it work. I had people trying to claim that Be Great was theirs.
Right.
They was doing this and that.
Wow.
People asking for my logo instead of just buying something to support. Like, I would never ask nobody else for their logo to print up
They
something.
asked you for your logo?
Forget about it.
No.
So this is instead of just
that's
buying, like, yo, man, just give me 4 or 5 shirts, man, whatever it is. Like, people done did that. Salute to them too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's people that, like, it was a lot of funny business going on. So for me, now you see me doing. I print the shirts. I go to UPS. I'm folding them. I'm putting them in the plastic. I'm linking with these resources. I'm going out of town. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I have a team and people that do support. Shout out to DeWine. And certain people out of town. Shout out to my boy Reg. You know what I mean? These is people that make sure they do support out of town, that they're still holding it down, spreading word, doing different things, helping me out too. But, those day ones, like my mom, Duke, she been there day one from not even just from wearing it, telling people, bringing people around, doing admin work, you know what I mean? Things like that, at events, things like that, My
I
brother,
would make sure he was in everything. He didn't like it neither.
Yeah,
he's
trying
like,
to take pictures of
I'm
me
supposed
and
to
this,
be
that,
behind the
and
scenes. I'm like, no, you're not.
she trying to make me
You
be
getting
in
out
the
here.
front.
But this prepared him.
But at that time, I
He
feel
didn't want
like
to.
you gotta let people be comfortable when they stepping out. If you pushing them out at a time where they not, it's gonna look like he not ready. He not, because of him not being able to move the way he supposed to move. And that's really what it was. And especially at that time, people don't understand I was going through rough times at this times of this too. This one like, oh, it's uppity. This is why I want to push this out too. Because everybody got black clouds and everybody going through something too. Everybody struggling, go through, they smile, yo, yeah, it is what it is. That's how they gonna carry. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, one thing shout out to Wallow 267. He said, man, a lot of times when people, man, you tell people about your problems, 80% of the time they don't care. 20% of the time they just want to hear your problems so they can feel better about their problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't care. Like, some people genuinely care. It's a small amount. This is 2021 I'm talking about.
Right.
Back in the day, it probably could have been somebody you just looked at like, oh, she's an older lady like a grandma. She really cared. Like, honey, I got you. Don't worry. You know what I mean? It was one of those. Everybody not like that.
No.
Niggas is happy to hear you failed. Happy, oh, you lost your job. And I lost mine too. Man, let's smoke a blunt. Like, that's not even like, damn, like, bro, let's go out here and job hunt now. Man, fuck them people. We gonna get a new job. Like, it ain't that no more. Like, that is very few people like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I can honestly say, the way of the world, that's the way of the world and the way it is today, it has a lot to do with people trying to do everything out of convenience. It's not about hard work and putting forth, the footwork in order to, getting down and dirty and doing the necessary things to start from the beginning.
And that's what a lot of people are doing. What I was saying today, why I put my little quote up, because it's like, and not to jump off a topic here, but just because, it's right on time for me, is that people competing or trying to copy, but they didn't put the work in. So that kind of irritates anybody that been putting in work in for a long time, and then you gonna come in today and think, I'm gonna jump over you because I think I can do better than you. That's not how it works. It's a lot of work behind of what everybody do. Days I couldn't even sleep trying to take care of that SUV podcast because my mind had to figure out the next thing to come up with, and don't copy like somebody else. Don't do what somebody else doing. I want to be unique. And that's one thing you're always going to say about SUV pods. We're unique. We don't copy. We don't go look and see who doing this and scrolling people pages and none of that. It's like, oh, I like that. I like it. I hit like, and I keep it going. So anyway, going back to the Be Great, I just had to jump in there on that one. But it does. He has worked on Be Great for years. And you had people in there want to go in there and try to create his bee like their bee, and just doing just spiteful things and then get paid off of it. Same way motherfucker was doing it with Living B. Same shit. Right. But they said, why put the money in to go sue them when they ain't really got shit and they'll never be them.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's right, because it's all about longevity.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, so, I'm sorry. What was your question?
I'm sorry.
I want to make sure I'm answering the
no,
problem.
no, you are. I was actually gonna ask you how long Be Great been in business.
5 years. 5 years. I've been there since it was out. I think it was June 2nd or 3rd. June 2nd or 3rd, I believe it. We put the picture of June 3rd. I believe it was June 3rd. Definitely June 3rd. Yeah. So we've been around for a while. We doing different things, mingling with people. Not just what people thought it was just, they hit you with you got your little clothing line. You got your little, they hit you.
I know. That'd be
man.
the worst insult ever.
And
you know the intentions, but it'd be like, I'm
Why
gonna
you
need you
put
to
the
be a
little?
little
Right.
bit careful.
Some people it
with
just
your
slip
wording.
out little.
Right.
Some people you can hear it like little clothing line. You
Right,
can
right.
hear how they saying it like, yeah, we went from shirts and hats to damn near everything now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Duffel bags, cups, gloves, winter apparel, summer apparel, women, men, kids, everything. You know what I
Babies.
mean? So we went from that to understanding that, all right, now we're going to take this bigger than just the clothing line, from what we envisioned it. So now we tapping in with different people from TK Kirkland, you know what I mean? Comedian. That's a vet, that's a legend that's been around, you know what I mean, for years, and that, around Eddie Murphy area and groomed a lot of these new people today. We gonna tap in with battle rap. Shout out to Smack.
Yes.
TV, all that, Queen of the Ring. Shout out to Debo Vabs and Babs. I mean Vague and Babs, excuse me. This is how we tapped in with different things, even the artists, all of that. We tapped in with them. Also, people in music. You know what I mean? Even shout out to Jess Hilarious. We even seen her live. It was a vibe. So we was already expanding, playing season in the industry, meeting with people to take it bigger than just that. So like I said, when I say we, I'm just saying we as a team because I understand that it really was I. People see I. It's like you're trying to take credit for everything, but then it's like you say we is like then people will take the credit from you. And one of the things I wanted to say this story because I realized too, if you don't say your story, somebody else gonna tell it for you. Feel me? So I'd rather you hear it from me. And everything I said in here is facts. I even said stuff that I didn't have to say in this interview. You know what I'm saying? So
Now
at the end of the day,
validation.
so just doing and shouting people out and saying this and giving them their flowers when I didn't have to.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, when we doing this thing, like I said, it goes back to motivating and showing these boys. So when they watching it and they watching, I seen Mano post that on his page. And they seeing like Gully now in the hood, Gully now in the trap, Gully now on the block. Like, what is he doing? Oh, we seeing him over here. We seeing him over here. We seeing him with Byron Brown. We seeing him with India Walton coming up to the show now. We seeing it like they tapped in like that. Like this is different type people though. The senator, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, how is he doing this? It's God's work. So you don't want to believe me when I said keep faith. I've been saying that for years. Stay strong. God got me. You don't want to hear me? I'm going to show you now.
Right.
You see? So, and that's what the goal is. And we're going to keep expanding the brand. And I remember we did an episode a while back. Okay. And y'all was saying, remember when the people saying, we was going to do this, we going to do that, we going to do this. You said, Gully, what you got going on? I said, I got a couple things going on, but I ain't going to say
talk
nothing
about it.
No,
remember?
He didn't. That's
and
right.
This is where things I have, and it's another thing that's coming. I feel like that's going to be real big and powerful, but we're going to save that for when they come, hopefully next year, but it's going to be real big. And then, and I just want to say when it comes to these things, I'm just letting God work. I'm expanding the brand. I'm just letting them use me to be able to pass these messages. And I'm not perfect. I wanted to say that too. It's called be great, not be perfect. So if you expected me to just be this person that don't make mistakes, or don't be human and don't react, then y'all got the wrong person.
Right.
I'm not up here being a preacher now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so we got to understand that. So at the end of the day,
he's been prophesied as a prophet by 2 bishops. My aunt was the first one at 6 years old and said, her exact words at 6 years old was, "This boy gonna be great." So when he came up with that clothing line, it blew everybody's mind because we knew it definitely came from God because she was prophesied he was going to be.
Actually, didn't come out with that.
She said he's going to be great. She said this boy gonna be
Gotcha,
somebody.
Gotcha.
But she used those words at 6 years old.
yeah,
So she prophesied them.
she was telling even stories about me being young, speaking in tongue and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's different. So that's why you gonna keep hearing me. It's not like you gonna always hear me say God. I talk about God on camera, off camera. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from saying God. Like that's just, we not doing that. So I know who this and who that. Like I said, I'm not perfect though, so I still got that. That's still in me. You know what I mean? Every day I'm burying bits and pieces of Gully. Every day, still to this day, that it needs to be put away. That don't have to come out until that's necessary. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta understand too. We God's children, we God's soldiers, but He ain't having us here to just be suckers. Let's understand that.
Right.
And when I say sucker, not the street term, meaning you don't just let people be no pushover now.
Right.
You have to
Basically,
defend
nobody's
yourself.
fool.
Right.
Right.
You have to defend yourself, be smarter,
you
move,
don't
avoid.
stand for something.
Yeah, you don't just sit there, oh, cut my head off. No, defend yourself. Block.
Right.
Put your hand up. Put your guard up.
Right.
Use him as your shield. So that's stop this all like people are supposed to be a certain way.
Right.
That's your mentality of that. I'm going to be me though.
And give a shout out to Bishop Brinson. He prophesied you at Waffle Station too. He prophesied them too.
To speak over a nation.
Yeah, he said that he seen a vision of him speaking over. He said something about worldwide. He said, no, you're not worldwide. You're gonna be over a nation.
So you know,
That's what's up.
and you know, like I said, with these times of this building, these things, I didn't know. Like if you ask me, people ask you, 5 years from now, where would you be? I wouldn't have known I'd be here. You know, so if you ask me that now, I would say if I'm, healthy, I'm alive, I'm free, I'm successful, and I'm happy. 5 years from now, I can see me doing a lot, from being the top of real estate, having a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like doing things, of course, a store. I see multiple different things of me being involved with. You know what I mean? Like I can really see that. That's not too out of my grasp. You know what I mean? Owning a lot of land, different things like that. I'm trying to be tapped into. So when things like this go on now, we talking about grocery stores and all that. Yeah, forget about it. We won't have that problem.
I got a question I wanted to ask you also, due to the fact, and I thank you again, just as a human being. But God planted the seed in you, which gave you, when we say planting a seed, and we're talking about growing a tree, and He gave you Be Great. And then it created what people don't know is SUV Podcast, which gave it the vessel. And then now you got another vessel with whoever wants smoke. So we're seeing things just blossom. What difference or what change would you like to see in the city of Buffalo?
Okay, well, I want to talk about SUV Pods for a second. SUV Pods mean SUV Podcast, which means Strong United Voices. Podcasting was in, and I'm glad we're talking about this because I want to shout out Drink Champs. Was watching them when it was just audio. I think they first 2 episodes, I think one was with DMX and one was with Ja Rule and Jada. So shout out to them.
Yep.
And I was always tapped in with them before it was video. No, that's how it was it was the universe for them. They ain't posted once. Multiple times they put us up there. They didn't have to do that. They put them cups up there and put them shirts up. And I'm gonna be posting them. I'm gonna be posting them pictures soon. So seeing that, I was a fan of it. Really loved it. Still do. $1 million worth of game. Always was watching Gilly and watching it. On Instagram, watch his cousin come home wild from doing 20 years. That man a millionaire now. I don't want to speak on your pockets, not playing. You know what I mean? Just showing us motivation that where you come from, my brother, when you was in that street in that rain, keep on, keep going. They thought you was, your man crazy, he a nut, all that. But now look at him now, doing Benz commercials and all that. Salute, big homie. You know what I mean? Right. So at the end of the day, watching those, I genuinely loved it and watch how they went on with the podcast. So saying that, speaking on it, I'll put my Duke stuff. Look, watch this. She was watching. No, I like this stuff. Joe Button joined. She was like, no, I'm like it. So it's like, she's like, you know what? That's what we need to do. We need to, because at this time in the city, it was mad shootings going on. I'm talking, we was up to 200 shootings or something like that, right after the George Floyd, all that. So Bonnie was like, we need to have something for the city. Let's talk about this. We came, thought about it, boom. We come with the next Strong United Voice, boom. Pop, mom, whatever we need, I'm behind you. You already know it. That's how we got to do this. We get mics, this, that, boom, 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 a little piece of boom, 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 boom. Have, once again, team involved. We get to it. Strong United Voices take off, and then it landed from that. God said, well, turn off that now. Y'all might be getting a little too deep with the politicians, the mayor and everything. You know what I mean? Take it easy.
Going off.
Oh, man. Let me put you on another path.
Right.
Let's keep it to town, but let's talk about music now. Let's talk about these people that's doing this and doing that. Shine light on what understand it's COVID times. Stuff slow, people not. No, they need a platform. We need to talk about, yo, who doing?
Gotcha.
And boom. So that's how the guy's still working. Now they thinking because it's slow, like they don't. No, we slowed down for a minute for a reason, because other things is coming, and now SUV about to really be in another space. You know what I mean? So salute to everybody that's been involved, and salute to all the artists that came up here and that stay tapped in and keep moving.
And we appreciate y'all.
Salute to y'all, you know, and keep going for the town. So that's how the podcasting came up with. So I have to, you know, let them know that's how. I wasn't watching nobody else. It wasn't stealing no ideas. It wasn't nothing. This is how that thing came about. Miss Lovely put her day in, day out, writing this, artist names, who we doing, putting it together. You know what I mean? And that's how that thing is coming the way it comes. God gonna send it. Now I'm just happy that I could be here to help my mom to do that instead of being in jail. To my mom, I wish I, you know what I'm saying? Like for real though. At the end of the day, I feel like, you know, and that's what one of my things was. God, please give me the strength to make sure, you know, I can get back to my mom. How she was, feel me? You gotta understand, like how y'all really don't, but that's how I feel. Like I gotta have something to start giving back to my people, people that was there for me throughout the time and changing my life. When a lot of people turned their backs on me because I wasn't Gully. Feel me? I was just D now with the brand. I was B Great King now. Where y'all at? We're all 100 people. We're all the goons. We're all on that. We're all your support, bro. Yo, bro, you didn't even drop something over. None of that. So I just want everybody to stand on that, and that's salute. No disrespect or nothing, but I'm just letting people know that's gonna come through in the path behind me. Don't think it's easy. Gully had to fight, just the way how you fighting on the block and this, that, and fighting the way to duck the cops and all that. And I'm fighting it here in this office. Believe that. My fight real though. You know, I ain't taking the easy way. I was just in the bank asking niggas for send bread. You feel me? No disrespect, but for real, for those though, it ain't easy, dog.
Well, let's get with you with the whoever wants smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unless you got one.
No, I just wanted to give a shout out because there was so many people on my live, like really shouting you out and stuff like that. I wanted to just, go ahead and acknowledge everyone. Right. Pale Carter, he was watching. My homeboy Justin Newman, he said WBP Sydney, let's go. Australia, bumping. He said, go Gully, let's go. He said he love you guys. Shouts out to Dee Dee. You know, she with Danger the Boss. She was watching.
Hi,
yes. Shouts
Do anybody know where Danger's at?
I talked to him.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I'm getting worried. I'm looking like we about to pop up over there.
Talk to the brother Danger.
All right.
My cousin Dottie. Boogie Blue was
Boogie.
She said a few things. Let me go. Oh, why I keep doing that? Okay, she basically said, rest in peace, Ted. She said, be great. Shouts out to you. She put the strong arm. Shouts out to 7 Foot Rapper. I ain't seen you in my live. I thank you so much for paying, watching my live. 7 Foot Rapper. Shout you out. Telly. Raymond Hall, Corey Farmer. He was in my video. Teresa Okoli, she's all the way from Atlanta. She moved to Atlanta. I was about to say Arkansas, but she moved from Arkansas to Atlanta. So shouts out to y'all. I thank y'all so much. If there's anyone that I haven't shouted out looking at the interview, I just want to thank you so much. This is the time to give Gully to shine and, to talk about his brand and everything. I had 2 more questions and then we can go right into you. Oh, okay. I want to know where you get Gully from.
Oh,
that name.
How you gonna take my question?
I'm sorry. I want to know.
It wasn't something I named myself. That really came from the streets. Like I said, young coming up at that time. I guess that was like the savage name of that. Everybody keep it Gully. I'm Gully.
Right. I used to say that all the time.
So that was they was like what fit him, how the way he act, how he cool but I wasn't that's cool when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So it was different from me, and they was like, no, Gully fit him. This nigga, he just Gully, he just everything. He just ready. You know what I mean? That was one of those. So that's where the streets gave me my name. I never named myself that.
Okay.
So then I was looking for a rap. They like, you gotta have a rap name. They're like, just use Gully. Put D. Good D. Gully D. I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, all right. And I was from the crew.
Isn't it amazing how people, come up with so many ideas and how, the ideas could turn into multi-million-dollar entities. It's crazy. I just want to touch up on this real quick. I wanted to say, I don't know, how many people really tapped into some of the videos prior to, SUV Pod and everything, but I have had the pleasure and the liberty, and I took him aside where I saw the videos that you were posting, on the steps and everything, and he was battling and rapping and stuff. I told him before, I'm like, yo, Gully, like, you really, really got it. Like, you could tell, like, the way he was delivering and his trajectory, and like how, he was using certain words. I'm big on metaphors. Everybody know I'm big on metaphors, but I like the way you can layer things out and be battling and still get your point across. Like, your lyrical content was so dope. It's like, and it comes so natural. It's not something, that was pre-recorded or anything. Like, I saw that in you, and I've told you that. I took you aside personally and said, yo, you got it.
Right.
Like, and I like the fact that you touched up on in the past, like how y'all were in ciphers and stuff, because now I can tell, where the influence came at, because it was like you were challenged and everything else. And I wanted to also say too, with learning the new things that, that you, succumbed with the jail and getting shot up and everything. I want to applaud you that you didn't allow your life circumstances to overcome you and not get out the drench, because the reason being we need these type of interviews is because you have people who are very, very incredible, who got incredible ideas, but sometimes people get in the rut, you know what I mean? And they don't know how to get out of it. They don't have no trajectory on, how I'm going to go about and tackle this idea and see it, grow and prosper and be fruitful. I'm thankful and, to sit amongst you right now and for you to tell your story and show people that, look, you don't have to stop because of this, and that. I didn't allow it to stop me. I'm still continuing. I'm still growing. And here I am, And you have more people that get attracted to it. Now you become a magnet and a light where people were like, okay, I want to get in on your brand, or I want to, get influenced by you and everything. And then, unfortunately, you have those, that's how you're on a good path. When the enemy,
the naysayers,
right, the enemy will come along. Then you have the people who want to try to take, and drain you rather than help you build, and add value to your life, right, and to add to your purpose, right. But I want to say that I applaud you, and I thank God that you didn't allow life circumstances to stop you, and that you kept growing. I got one more question, and then I want to go right into your questions. If there was any advice, because you did say there was future plans, but he don't want to speak on that. I did have that question. I wanted to ask it, but we're not going to. If there was any advice, because you gave it a lot today, that you wanted to give to people, what would that be as a whole? And when I mean by a whole, because I can't separate it. To be honest with you, your visions and the way that you went about, with your projects and stuff, it doesn't allow you to separate the music from the battle raps to the clothing line and everything else. I have to address you as an entity, because that's what you are. You are a corporation. What advice would you give to other entrepreneurs that want to get where you are and they're not?
I can give you multiple things. I know people always try to just give you to believe in God and stay strong, and that's it. Like, nah. One thing I can say is, when you get in that from the lack of support, the frustration, the whatever it is, utilize that and turn it into something positive. So what I mean is, you get hated on from work. Oh, you don't know how to dress and da-da-da-da-da. You got a clothing line and you ain't da-da. Take that motivation, that negativity, go home, look up some of the best creativity, like people that know how to really dress and all that, and say, nah, I'm coming back stronger now. Now, okay, you want to play like that? Now what you going to say when I walk in there with these Louis Vuittons on? Now, feel me when I put these red bottoms on with this new thing I just put together? You know what I mean? Like, now what they going to say? So not only did you learn something new, you shut the haters up at the same time. Right. So they thought it was going, little clothing line. Like I said, that seems 6 months to a year of niggas lasting, 2 years of niggas lasting. Feel me? Now we on 5 now. You still sitting there waiting, ain't you? Still waiting like this, ain't you? Feel me? So that makes me feel better when I see them same people that had they thought I didn't hear about anything they saying, that they over here buying stuff now. Right. Oh, yeah. So use that. See, you was the same one.
Right.
I was looking in
I
front
like
of your
that.
face.
Right.
You feel me?
I like that.
That's one thing that I can say, you know, and you know, another thing is no matter what, nobody gonna really push your vision and your dream the way you can. So that kind of goes back to the question you asked me, why I don't hire people. I'm looking to hire people now because I'm getting tired of doing everything by myself. You know what I mean? Not that I don't have the help, but the stuff for me, like I said, I got to do this, I got to do that, it's getting mentally draining now because there's other projects coming and I can't keep being here for every last one of them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now,
right.
but I did it because of trusting people. I do have a problem with that. I really do. Is it be the people you keep, and I'm not good of a person that will, that I'll let you in sharing resources, this, that. Oh no, Gully gonna tell me. Then they get to, you ain't tell me nothing.
That's
I
what we
did
was
this.
talking about
I did that.
earlier.
Like
Right.
what? Like no, I'm for one for me, and then I'm like what? Like whoa, bro, that you bugging. You know what I mean? Like now, so a lot of that. So that's why you see, and that's why I feel like Be Great. We taking the stairs. We ain't taking the elevator right now. So at the end of the day, we still getting there. But it just, if I would have done that, just put a bunch of people in there and just throw money out, we might would have shot up there. But I God forbid, no lawsuit. No, we don't know how people talking, how they moving. You stealing, you doing that. You behind my back. I don't know. I'm turning around. What? 8,000 going? Like you know what I mean? Like so. That I feel like we ducked a lot of that.
Scenarios that do go on when you're trying to build a business and everything. So.
And I feel like when those things go on, this is why. But I do feel like, you know, moving forward, we will, you know, start having people in position. And just got to trust God that He's going to send the right people there. I can't keep doing, I'm trying, but there's only so much I can do. And that's a part of, you know, having a team. And that's what we do. You have people in position that you feel like could do the job. But, you know, shout out to the brother Don P. Like he said, like, we just got to be Michael Jordan at those positions. Don't try to do everything I'm doing.
Right.
Just do Michael Jordan status for you for that. You know what I mean? You do that and that together as a whole, we unstoppable.
And we say shout out to Don P and his crew.
Definitely,
Twin 2 times. And Tina, like I said, that far as group-wise, those are the ones I've always said. That's a strong team there. Yeah, you ain't coming in between that team right there. That. And I like the way they are.
Chemistry, history.
Yes. So, you know.
Did I answer your question properly?
Yes, no. You answered it.
Because
yes,
sometimes I jump because it's like whatever that hit my brain say this, I'm on that too. So sometimes I might jump off, but it's like I'm speaking.
We got a few minutes left here, and I want you to get into whoever wants smoke because that's the other vessel.
Yeah.
So that's what's going down now on October 24th.
October 24th.
You want to give a little information on that battle rap?
Battle rap, that was something that was created, you know, like I said, from Be Great, going there, traveling, going to the events, getting that feel, that energy, meeting the battle rappers, them wearing the apparel. Shout out to Geechee Gotti, T-Rex, Tay Rock, Head Ice, Jada Ray, Shayna Ashley, 40 Bars. Like, these is top tier people. Ghosts, all that. Like, you know, whatever you want to call them. And me being a fan of battle rap, always watched it since back in the day. I'm talking Smack DVDs or the you know, the real.
Yeah, because before Who Wants Smoke, you have a lot of videos of you battling.
And online joints. That came later. But so, you know, really watching it and really watching it and seeing it as a whole, that we, at this point, what we wanted to do was keep moving forward in the right way. Keep grinding, keep working, but we wind up doing something that we was a fan of. So doing the battle rap thing, going there to the events, getting that energy, it was different, you know. So then after that, we start saying as a whole, me, my brother, a couple other people in the group, we had like a little group chat. We like, yo, at this time, man, we need to have a name. Like we need to have some type of name when we going out here to these events. You know what I'm saying? Like we need like a little group name. And people were shooting the names. And then I just said, like, man, whoever wants smoke, hashtag WWS. Niggas was like, yeah, niggas putting a fire emoji, you know what I mean? Putting the blood, the demon face, yeah, like that's it. Whoever wants smoke. So we had that. And then after that, which came into the online battles, I just was in some battle rap group chats. You know, people be battling, but through the words, like through the letters,
Gotcha.
like saying, and they like, man, it's easy to do that. It's easy to do that. All you doing, I never battle rapped a day in my life. I just always had that aggressive style that people like, Gully, you could do this. The way you talk to nigga, how you rap your bars, the way you move, you could do it. I was doing that before we knew what performance meant. So all that moving and all that, that's what stood out with Gully. He been doing that. So that's why niggas was looking like, so when they seen it on Smack, like, oh, this how Gully be. Like, we didn't know. I didn't steal it from them. I was already doing it, and they synced it and said, oh, that's where, you know what I mean? So when I started doing the online, people were seeing that. You see me put up hashtag WWS online, whoever wants smoke. So it was basically whoever wants smoke, anybody can get it. That's what it was.
Right.
And how long did you had this in? Because you had this in plan for.
This was since 2019 with the group, the group stuff set in stone. But far as the online battle, and that was just last year. Right. That was like matter of fact around this time last year. Matter of fact, to be exact. And that was on Next Level Battle League. Y'all can go look that up. Gully D from Archangel versus Archangel. Gully D versus
the Bishop.
I forget. Not even on no funny. It really went blank. I don't even. You know, I would have promoted my battle. I don't even.
Rapper that didn't cuss. Church.
Oh, A0. Okay. So yeah, go look that up. So that was, that's me feeling like I can do it. Like it's not really like I'm showing the best.
You've been battling, right.
And I promise you, like my brother, I said, bro, I'm only writing to beat them. I swear, it's not like I said I'm only writing this to beat them. It's not like when you battle rap face to face, you're supposed to battle for them and your next opponent. Because this is something that was for them, to just beat them. So when I put that up and people was like, yo, and my thing was, if I could write it and memorize it and actually perform it, I might got something right here.
So you wasn't writing?
I never wrote battle rap. I never wrote battle rap a day in my life.
That's something new to me,
if
too.
If you remember Chubbs when he was up there when we did the Cypher.
Right.
And Chubbs from They Know What They Did, They Can't Save You.
Mr. G6.
Yeah.
Right.
Mr. G6.
When he started rapping, he said, he a battle rapper. And he was like, I'm not no battle rapper, but he didn't know, but he knew he had that style.
See, you do have that style.
He said, he's like, he a battle rapper. I know a battle rapper when I see
you. The same stuff y'all saying. People were saying this when I was 16, 18. The thing was...
So once again, just confirmed that it was already natural. There. It was already in them.
It was already there. Gotcha. So it kind of make me upset because it's like, like same way how you feel with my rapping and my music. Because I am doing what I love Be Great. Love SUV. Love, like I said, I love the podcast. I just love this stuff. This stuff I love. Battle rap. I love battle rap. Nobody can look at me like a vulture, and I love this shit. Like, for real, the culture. So it's the same way with music and rapping. That's why I could do it so effortlessly. No problem, and just go and go. I love it. It's just in me. But it makes me mad because it's like, my nigga, if that was it the whole time, like, I'm looking at my other things that's going on. I don't know what's going to blow. I don't know what's going to get us rich. Right. But if that happened to be it, and it's like, you heard what I just said, it's going to make me feel like, since 16, 18, and you
knew you could have been there.
So, but at the end of the day, but that's why I'm looking at it. That's why I'm looking. That's why. So at the end of the day, it kind of go back like, so if I put all my eggs in one basket and focus, and don't get me wrong, I know the people I put 5 years in, 20 years in, I get it, my brother. But I just feel like I've been said I'm more than a rapper, so I put all that energy and this and passion and love into Be Great, into everything else. So now when the rapping eventually take place, God's plan, man. When he say and show me that son, now it's other things we standing on. I'm not just a no-name rapper that been putting in years and now they just now getting to know me. Now it's like, no, we heard of him or we seen him already. Feel me? So now it's like, oh, he rap. Feel me? Like, you see, so we don't know. And that's why I feel like, why Gully gonna be Gully. Because everybody's story ain't like mine. Yours might have been you had to put all them years and times in the studio for you to blow. Mine might be a different thing. So, you know what I mean? That's why I look at it like that.
Well, I tell you what. Sorry, we've run out of time.
And that's so sad because I'm going to say this. I want to know so much more. And I will know much more. I'm looking to do a magazine feature. My deadline to submit everything is November the 15th.
Okay.
So, you know, I'll be sending out those questions to you
Gotcha.
to elaborate a little bit more. 'Cause I'm
Okay.
loving the history. I'm loving the, you know, report.
I got you. Yeah, y'all stay tapped in, man. Whoever wants smoke, we got some things coming up for SUV in December. Y'all stay tapped in with that. We're going to have a performance/cypher. You know what I mean? So we're going to put it together. And we're going to have plenty of artists on there. Y'all going to love that. Like I said, whoever wants smoke, October 24th. Also got an event November 27th. Y'all stay tapped in for that. So, you know, we got things, you know, coming upon with that. But like I said, and when it comes to that battle rap stuff, that stuff is taking over, man. So much money in battle rap. It's so much, you know, promotion and marketing. And, you know, battle rap, I feel like it's an outlet. So people looking at me like that, too. Like, oh, battle rap, but yeah, why you don't just... That's what I love, and I feel like battle rap is the raw form of what we've been missing. You know how music used to be, that hip hop, that, you know what I'm saying, that gutter, the raw, the Biggie, the Pac, the Nas, the DMX. Like, I feel like battle rap got that energy now. You know what I'm saying? So it's not being like, they try to commercialize it a little bit, but it gives you that raw feel. So that's why I was so tapped in for years of battle rap. Back with the Lions Den days, people probably don't even know what that is. Back to Fight Club and all that. Like, I
remember Fight Club.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
all the way tapped in, like I said. So watching every era, when Smack died down, then came back with URL TV with the Mad Fafa and T-Rex. Like, I know about battle rap, bro, for real, the ins and outs and all that. So I feel like even meeting him, I met Smack a couple times. So that even that you see the picture, that what you think I was coming here and I just knew I was gonna meet Smack? I just went to an event. That was the first event and got to actually meet that man and talk with him. So it was the universe then pulling us together once again. Feel me? So everything that I mentioned from people that I saluted and shouted out, the universe put us together. Rather it was Jesse Leary, TK Kirkland. I can call him right now. I won't. It's too late. You know what I mean? But that man, if it was before 5, I definitely would have let him know and hit him. And I like, that's the relation, that's God pulling them. These people don't have to talk to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, I'm humble for even having those resources, and I don't take advantage of them. See how I just said I can call him, but do you think I'm calling and asking that man for something? Or I call him when I'm here to support him. Feel me? Like, so these is different type of people. Like I said, shout out to everybody that's involved with the brand, that tapped in, from celebrities, people that have been helping, artists, friends, everybody. You know, day ones. I salute y'all, man, and they gotta salute the God, because without him, it's really nothing. I'm nothing. Like, you know, I'm just actually, you know, a vessel that's just saying out what he want me to say. It might not be the right words or the way, but I'm gonna say what I need to say. And it's God I get a God of glory. And he's the one that's pushing me and keeping me up 5, 6 in the morning and staying focused. And you know what I mean? Like, he's giving me that. Like, how do you do it? How you just one man? How is you doing it? That's how I'm doing it. Like, that's it. I turned my same hustle and ambition that I did from the streets. I turned it into business, and we're legit. They know I ain't in the streets. I'm not out here doing this and doing that. I ain't, no criminal activity, no nothing. It's just straight positivity.
All right. Well, it's on. I don't know.
I'm just giving you my fault.
Well, anyway, but like I said, strongunitedvoices@gmail.com. Thank you again for our lovely host to come on and do the interview. And again, thank you for Gully D, Be Great Clothing, whoever wants smoke, and SUV Pods. Peace out.
Peace.
I'm trying to make a killing. I hustle. I got that drop top feeling. I'm trying to make a living on the block, drug dealing. I'm trying to make a killing. I hustle.
We gotta hustle, we try and get paid. The real remain, the fake a fade. Praying they don't like us up in the cage, from chopping the white on the plate with the blade. Used to be broke, now